Welcome back to 4 Geeks by Geeks, the place where geeks come to geek out and hopefully chill out today. Because I think
off so aggressive.
I don't know. It doesn't usually do that.
There's no lead in. I just said "fuck you" over.
I think even our intro has had a day, like you and I have.
Yeah, it do be like that.
It do be like that. Feels like more and more it do be like that. Is this what getting older is like?
I hope not, because this shit depressing.
Don't mind me, I'm just taking screenshots of all these assets that we're not going to need so that I don't have to keep flipping screens and losing my spot.
I already lost everything, so I'm just going to hope for the best.
It's fine. Welcome, guys. How's your Monday going? Oh, Shine, you just gave us a big shine in our evening, just like we needed. Thank you for the sub of 25 months. Holy
Thanks,
shit.
friend.
She's a gem. Hey, if you don't follow Oshine,
no, she's a human.
Let's get rolling. What?
No, she's a human.
What do you mean, no, she's a human?
He said she's a gem.
Oh, God. This bodes well for this completely improvised
Starting off
narrative.
strong.
When our brains are just utter shit, this is going to go really well, you guys. But go follow us. Let's get rolling. And Oshine. And
go ahead and try that again.
Let's get rolling. Rolling.
Go fall.
There's no rolling. Let's just hit that intro again. I need 5 more minutes.
The bags under your eyes definitely agree.
Yeah. Can you see them?
Yes.
Next time I'll just powder. So I'm from staring at screens all day and then coming home and staring at screens for fun. Catch you on Cloudscape. New episode just dropped. But technically we won't be called that for much longer. Oh! Hit us with the tea. We've fallen behind on the hot goss.
It sounds like it.
But T, what the hell are we doing today?
Good fucking question. Supposed to be playing a fucking RPG, but we'll see how that goes. T knows the T?
It sounds like T forgot the T.
That's how we know I'm a great secret keeper, because I'm not going to remember the secret, so you don't have to worry about me telling people the secret.
I used to be a great secret keeper for that reason, but then I started brain supplements, and I'm remembering a lot more these days. And so it's becoming a problem in a different way.
Hashtag Alpha Brain. Thanks, Joe Rogan.
Mm-hmm. Not sponsored. No, when I was Googling things, his did come up, and I'm like, do I try it? No, I'm not paying that much. This is like...
know what that costs.
Stonebridge brain booster or something. It's got like a fuck ton of vitamins for your brain, because I was really concerned for mine for a bit, but I'm less concerned now. I think they're working.
I always look into vitamins. I'm like, that feels like a real adult thing to do. I was like, but then I feel like that's something you don't ever stop, and vitamins are expensive.
You should at least take like a multivitamin. You can get like off-brand and it will last you for the month. It's like a 1 a day.
I don't know what vitamins do, to be honest.
They just optimize your body parts, I guess. In theory, it's probably something else we were sold on that do nothing.
It's capitalism for you.
Welcome to America, and welcome to 4 Geeks by Geeks. If you tuned in last week, T and I started session 0 of creating Ironsworn campaign, which, if you're unfamiliar, so are we. Join the club. But it is you can play solo, you can play with a small group. That's really what it's based for, but it's completely GM-less. So neither T or I are completely driving the ship. We're just building it together. And when we come to a move that we're unsure of, it gives us something to roll. And then also we're going to be leaning into a supplement called the Oracle that helps kind of create aspects that maybe your character wouldn't fully realize, or if you enter a new situation and you're like, what do I find? Let's ask the Oracle, so that we're not just metagaming to playing exactly into our strengths every time. But It's created by Sean Tompkins.
Lucas.
Huh?
I said, yeah, we're not Lucas.
But Lucas would find a way to metagame and beat this game, I think.
That's all he does. It's his superpower.
It is. It's how his brain works. I'm not built that way. But by the way, this is completely free. You can just download it from the internet, PDF, thanks to Sean Tompkin. And then there's ways to support if you want. And I think if this goes well, we might be looking for a way to do so. But so far, we're not sure. It's not Sean's problem. It's our problem.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like both of us were at a point where if we text the other person, we should just call it a day. We both would have probably been on board for it.
This close.
I was laying on the couch and I was like, do I text him? I'm just not feeling it today. I was like, no, I do that too much.
No, and I'm on this kick. Like yesterday, I didn't rest at all. I got up, I like cleaned the house, I mowed the lawn, and I built a light stand for our patio with like these 2 large garden vases that I put cement in and these poles. And by like 9:30 when I was finally done, I was just fucking over it. But I'm trying to use it as something in me is motivated to keep shit going and make do on the promises that I made. Because I promised Caitlin I'd do this like 2 years ago. And so I wasn't going to quit today. I'm like, no, I got to stream. We got to stream. And I really am excited for this. And I don't want the shit of our day to get in the way of the things that we actually enjoy. So let's play Ironsworn.
Your mouth are very, very off, and it's throwing me off.
Damn it! You know what? Let's just call it a day.
I was waiting for it to resync, and I was like, "Is this getting further off?"
If I
buy our merch, I don't think we sell technical difficulties merch anymore, but I'd like to bring that one back.
No, I don't think it's live, but it should be. Did that help? Sometimes hiding and bringing back. Let me close some shit on my computer. That might help.
I still haven't ordered merch. I need to order merch so I can talk about Fourth Wall if I like it or not. Because I was very, very vocally against Stream Labels or Stream Labs or whatever the fuck that shit was called. Yeah, that fucking shit.
Yeah, we don't need to throw any money towards them anymore. As a reminder, T, who are you playing in this campaign of Ironsworn?
I'm playing Torin. He is a paladin-esque individual, touched by the god of revenge. My body is covered in an ancient language that nobody can read.
That's interesting. I want to pull that thread, hopefully. Oh, God! I just hit my really cool handmade dice tray by Minstrel in Poland, locally sourced Polish leather, and my dice went flying.
I also decided I have a young dragon. A wyvern, if we're being specific. It specifically says it's not going to eat me yet.
God. I just lost my challenge die. I guess I succeed on all of my rolls tonight.
That's not how that works.
This literally was me last night when my cool things that I took all day making fell over and one of the hooks popped out and it was nighttime and I was hot and sticky and itchy and pissed and I couldn't find it. I'm being triggered.
I can tell. I haven't seen you like this in a while.
I just want to play. No, I'm taking my dice, going home, except I'm already home. It's fine. I've got more. Anyway, what's your dragon's name?
Why do you look so short all of a sudden?
Because I was hopped up on blankets and now I'm raw dogging this chair.
My wyvern's name is Agaz.
Agaz. And how did you come to be a companion with Agaz?
I think he flew over the chasm one day, and as some others were trying to go kill him, I said, no, I want him. And then nobody was going to stop me. And so then I kept him. It's probably a very taboo thing to have, if we're being completely honest.
Because we established in our world there is kind of a strong line between our human race, our maybe smaller in population on the planet human race, versus like the scary things across the chasm and those that have
In
been
the
like
deep
spoken
wilds.
about in the deep wilds. I cannot find a D10 for my life.
I still think my favorite fact that we came up with is that the stone ford that we protect is a decaying corpse.
Oh, the bridge across, right?
Yeah, it's a decaying carcass of a monster that was defeated long ago.
And we're like, monsters aren't real. Then what is that?
I think that was in the old world fight that happened.
Long ago. I am playing Cass Oni, Torin's younger brother. And I am a fisher of the chasm. We established that for resources, we've created ways to fish deep into the chasm, and not unlike going fishing in the sea, find small monsters to eat and use their bones for and their hides. But I'm kind of above that life. Like, I want more. I think we can be going deeper into the chasm and really finding the resources that are going to bring good to all.
Big advocate of going deeper.
Love going deep in that crack. But while I was studying under the tutelage of our leader, Gwen Merritt, Gwen what?
Gwen Maddock.
I kind of incurred a semi-large debt, and now our leader of our clan is pissed at me. But my big bro stepped in and said, I'll cover it, but he also doesn't have the money. And I believe that we were just about ready to set forth in the deep wilds, as is tradition of our clan. And for multiple good reasons, we are going to attempt to hunt down a beast of some sort.
Yep.
Oh, but we also, off camera, we decided assets and equipment for our character. So what did you decide?
So I decided on, as I stated, a young wyvern. I am also a shield bearer and a devotant. And then equipment-wise, I've got black armor, spike tower shield, and a trident.
Dope. You are like the character I would definitely not choose, because it's like in any sort of MMO, because I don't want to be responsible for saving that many lives.
See, I felt that way, and then I played Final Fantasy, and I was like, yes, tank, great.
Okay, but I'm playing Final Fantasy 12 right now, and I definitely need a tank on my party at all times. For my 3 assets, I chose... Where'd they go? Wayfinder, which these assets kind of grant you positive bonuses on certain moves. And so Wayfinder helps us find our way when we're out in the wild. Archer, so that I can have kind of a boost in those kinds of attacks. And Shadow Walk, which is a ritual which allows me to briefly step into the Shadow Realm. And become hidden, because I'm a rogue.
I'm going to be honest, I think I'm going to change Devotant to Thunderbringer.
Well, that sounds even cooler. What happens with that?
When you face danger, secure an advantage or compelled by hitting or breaking an inanimate object, add +1, take +1 momentum on a hit. And then when you strike a foe, knock them back, stun them, or put them off balance, inflicting 1 harm instead of 2, and take 2 momentum on a hit. On a strong hit, you can create an opening and add +1 to your next move.
Oh, that sounds dope. That sounds hopefully useful in today's episode. Hey, OKSDM, thanks for popping in for a lurk.
What's up, buddy?
We're playing Ironsworn. Have you ever played? If so, help. Because we're just jumping on the deep end. We're going to figure this out. We're going to have questions, and we're going to look up the answers, unless you guys have the answers in the chat. So this will not be a highly polished version, but you
But
don't come here
nothing
for
4
highly
Geeks by
polished.
Geeks does is.
Exactly. I think you'd be confused and alarmed and scared if we came at you with a highly polished anything. Okay.
So how's this work? Do we need an oracle already?
Let's say where do we find ourselves in our little village? Paint this picture of what our village looks like.
I think our village is going to be just a very low end, basic like medieval shanty town. So like I said, we're simply just guardians of this bridge on the opposite side of the chasm. So I can't imagine there's much going on other than a blacksmith, obviously, because we need armor and weapons to defend ourselves, our huts to sleep, a place to eat.
Almost like an outpost for the most part, like people are stationed here. I think so.
Like, I don't think there's going to be a large populace. I think this is definitely going to be the outskirts of something. Like, I'm sure there's probably like an actual like town settlement close by, and we're responsible for making sure the things that go bump in the night don't make it to them.
Well, let's ask the Oracle what that town is called.
Okay, so that's going to be a settlement.
So whenever we ask the Oracle, we are rolling a D100 to help it decide these things for us.
So step 1, we need a feature for it. Give me... I got to remember how to do this now. That's D100. Yeah, D100.
I got 84.
So 84, it's off of a great cliff.
So maybe like we're at the base of this like higher plateau that's above us. And it's like been built up there for safety because this is kind of a dangerous area, but our outpost is lower to the chasm.
I like that. Now we need a man-made edifice.
Okay. 15.
15 is a lone fort, which I think that's just us.
A lone fort?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Is that the name? Is this place called Great Cliff Lone Fort?
No, this is the description as we're building it.
Oh, got it. Okay. Let me roll again. The Oracle got it wrong.
Yeah, 54. I think so. 54. Timber wall.
Oh, okay. So there's like a huge wall, even in addition to the great cliff that it resides in.
Yeah. Now we need the creature that represents, and that's an 89, which is an elk field.
Elkhart. That's the town we were born in for you non-locals. Elk's Heart.
So then our historical event.
Okay. 71.
71 is Rajara's Lament.
Who the fuck is Rajara and why are they
what's lamenting? A lament?
It's like, ah, I'm lamenting. I'm grieving.
A passionate expression of grief. Oh, well, that's easy then. So Rajara is obviously the settler, like the historical figure that settled this outpost.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly rode on an elk. That was their companion. And they held the line of Great Cliff using the timber wall, which is now symbolizing all entirely based off their sacrifice.
Yeah, maybe they like fought towards the end of like this.
They're definitely part of the old war.
Yeah, but because this town was built on like maybe she lost her elk in the war. But it would explain why
the bridge. Maybe it's the elk's antlers are the bridge.
Was that a very large elk or a very small bridge?
Very large elk.
Oh, that's dope. So this bridge is like the skeletal remains.
Yeah.
And she wrote it?
Yeah, probably.
Was she very large too, or she just
I think she's
had
probably a giant.
Dope! But so now, because of her lamenting and her grieving, the stories have been passed down and almost created this legend against these ancient monsters.
And it is a wind haven, so we're probably going to still be up there in the mountain. So it is definitely a very, very windy location.
Well, it's on a great cliff.
Well, yeah.
It's windy up there.
All right, give us our something else roll.
Something else. 12?
An old world city.
That makes sense.
Which, yeah, that makes sense for everything that we had just established there.
Good job, Oracle.
Gang, gang.
It's like the algorithm. It's listening.
Oh, hey, here's our name that we were actually looking for. I just hadn't scrolled down far enough. You want to roll the prefix or the suffix?
I think I did the suffix of StormRock. So
right,
I'll do yeah.
Go ahead.
So I'll do the prefix. 50.
All right, so we are then protecting Black Falls.
Oh, so is there like a waterfall nearby too?
Yeah, but it is like the water is black.
Because
and
it goes.
The rumors it's the blood of the monsters still imbued, falling from.
What if it's like in reverse? It's like spewing up from the chasm.
Ooh, that's even better.
And creates like this reverse river that you don't swim in, you do not drink. That's cool. This place sounds like a terrifying place to grow up.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so it's called Black Falls?
Black Falls.
Okay. I'll write the rest later. So on this day, before we set out to claim tradition, where would Torin find himself? Like, where do you go to get away from
Torin's just standing on the bridge, staring into the deep wilds, envisioning his kill.
And Cass is, I imagine our little hut not to be too far from the bridge, because I've seen you do this countless times, like go out and just stare and like envision it first before you achieve it.
Yep.
And I'm just watching you. But almost like with admiration and like wishing that I could see what you could see. Cass has always grown up like wanting to be more like you, but never really understanding how. Oh, and by the way, Cass was also touched by the goddess of architecture about the same time that Torin was touched by a god, but I was still in the womb, so I'm a little younger. But it caused me to have this like shock of white hair, even from a babe, which just sets me apart even further from the rest of these kind of, I imagine, grisly folk that live here on the outskirts of hell.
Yeah, I definitely feel like collectively most of the people look like these giant barbarian berserkers, and then there's you.
Maybe our people are still a little bit taller because they all descended from
descendants.
Majora.
Yep.
Yeah, but somehow that skipped a generation with me.
You got the recessive gene on that one.
Yeah, I'm just a wee folk. How tall are you?
I think Torin would be probably in like the 7-foot range. I think he's just a straight up brick shit. Like what you picture your typical like giant paladin is what Torin is.
Okay.
But he's much more like energy wise, much more gentle. He's not as aggressive as others probably wish he to be.
Yeah. He's a gentle giant. Yeah, Cass is probably like a normal height, like maybe around 6 foot, but in comparison is smaller than everyone else. Kind of a slight build. Oh, I didn't describe my equipment. I always have this crossbow that is kind of hilted to my hip. It was once just a bow and arrow, but with my kind of gift for inventing and building, I fashioned it to become more like a crossbow, which everyone else just judges me for. But but it works, and that's the thing that like really gets caught in their cries. They want it to fail.
Cass have opposite person. Like I feel like they have the opposite personality. I think Cass is going to be the big mouth, the fighter.
Yeah. What's up, Retrofusion?
Hey, what's
like
up,
I'm
buddy?
starting fights, but you're finishing them. Like
correct.
Like I'm incurring debt, but you're paying it.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe there's a little bit of resentment there then. That's like hidden. It's like admiration hidden behind resentment. That you're like of course, the chosen one. You're what everyone longs to be, but I have so much to offer that no one sees because it's being overshadowed by literal giants. But Cass always has these kind of black iron goggles. A little while back, I was able to use some black iron. That's probably why I'm in debt, because I used some of forgot her name already. Gwen's as a black iron artisan, used some of her store to create these goggles that, in theory, they help you to see at night. Because black iron.
He's never actually tested them.
No, not really. Especially not out in the deep wilds. But in our world, black iron is kind of the only thing that's imbued with some magic left in this new world. And that's why we need some more, and that's why it's so sought after. But I've also got this little glider, because I'm better fighting from afar rather than up close. So I found that if I can use almost like, if you imagine Aang's glider, but hand version, you can throw it and kind of create, maybe it like comes back to me, or I can hook it and I can kind of decide where it lands. Create a diversion so people aren't looking where I'm at, so I can take my shot.
I like it.
But for the most part, it's like kind of slimmer, dark clothing, a Spalding on one shoulder, and this like kind of long, let's say it's like a knitted, like thick knitted black cardigan with a hood.
I like it.
I don't know who made it. Maybe Mom made it. Our parents
definitely made it. Our parents are for sure dead.
Okay.
I think we've been raised by the elders.
So that's why it would normally be like down to your ankles, but she made it when I was little. So it's a little tight on me. It's not quite as long as it should be. It's probably like just below my butt. It's got some holes. So I'm just going to cross over to you and like, are we fucking doing this?
Yeah, it's literally now or never.
Because I was stopping at the pub earlier, and I hear that Gwen is out for blood.
I think in the middle of you talking, I think Torin would shove your shoulder to make it look like you're going off the cliff, and then immediately grab you.
Can I face danger? Is that a risky move? Did you just make a move?
Is that how that works?
Yeah, whenever you do something or you're forced to do something that might trigger one of the moves, then yeah, you roll for it.
Then yeah. Wait, do I roll or do you roll?
When you attempt something risky or react to an imminent threat. So if I'm reacting...
Oh, then yeah, that would be you.
I'll roll. Reminder for the folks at home, whenever you make a move roll, you have 2 action dice, which are D10s. No, 2 challenge dice, which are D10s, and 1 D6, which is your action dice. And your goal is for your action die to be higher than ideally both of your challenge dice. But if it's 1, If it's stronger than both, it's a strong hit, and you succeed, usually with some sort of flare. If it's just higher than 1, that's a weak hit. You succeed, but usually there's a little bit of a cost. And then if you miss, it's not higher than either of them, and you suffer a consequence. Do I get to use like my agility?
Oh, for sure.
Okay. So that's under edge. So I'm going to roll my dice and add my edge modifier. Oh god. Okay, good. So it's just a weak hit. It was only higher than 1, which means you succeed but face a troublesome cost. Choose one. You are delayed, lose an advantage, or face new danger, suffer 1 momentum, or you are tired or hurt, you endure harm, or you are dispirited or afraid, you endure stress, or you sacrifice a resource and you suffer 1 supply.
I think I immediately stress you out before we go off on.
I like it. And there are trackers for all of these. Basically, if you get down to 0 in health, spirit, or supply, then you can basically lose. But we all start at 5. I'm going to come down to 4 in my spirit because I was starting to feel pretty like confident, and then that alone could have ended me.
Torn had to make sure you didn't get too big-headed going into this.
And as you're pulling me up, I'm retreating. Thanks, big bro. Oh, God. Do you think it's true what they say out there?
I think everything we believe is nowhere near as bad as it actually is.
Awesome. Lose another spirit.
Did you settle up with Gwen?
Fuck no.
Sin, we should walk.
We should go, yeah.
I can't imagine anybody other than the elders that are required there for this tradition are there.
Like there in the outpost,
like watching us like set off across the antlers.
Oh, as like part of the tradition, they all have to show
like
up.
This, yeah. It used to be this whole big spectacle, but nobody's actually come back with a monster in more time than they care to admit. So now it's just like, whatever. It's just more people like setting off to die.
Yeah. Is there an oracle setting to roll to see like what kind of tradition they might have to do?
See, I was thinking there's probably some level of ritual involved with just us venturing off. But oracle-wise, let's see if there's something fitting here. There's probably a theme that we could use and build off of.
Sure. Roll away.
So go ahead. You want me to roll this one?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the theme is 86. So our theme is desolation.
So do they like maybe... Do we have like when I think of desolation, I think of, like ruined things and broken things, like death. Like, do we have to like retrieve a bone from the skeletal bridge of this massive elk? Almost like the later it gets into the eons, the less likely anybody can ever have hope of becoming a guardian.
I think for me, I think desolation is coming back with something like the ancestors. So like on top of having the monster that we must hunt, we also must come back with like an ancient piece that like previous hunters set out with and failed.
Oh, like bring back. Okay, I like it. I was thinking like in this moment, like something they have to do is like, they're probably like whispering through the prayers, like, yeah, yada, yada. Now grab your bone. Okay, good.
So I think what it is, I think they're praying over a pile of like the things that have been brought back. And it's just this large mountain of fucking destroyed shit. Broken spears, broken daggers, plate armor with fucking massive gashes inside of it. And so they're praying to
skull still inside.
Exactly. Monk Gyatso's emblem.
Yeah. By the way, DJF, thank you for officially a whole year of subscribing. 52 months.
That's 4+
No.
years, bud.
That's 52 weeks. I thought it was more than a year. See, I don't do math, guys. I don't do math or read good. Holy shit, that's a lot of months.
Oh, Boser is the correct answer there.
I feel like
Love you, buddy.
that's longer than we've been streaming, but that can't be.
I think it's as long.
Like from the moment we set off. Thank you for joining us in this shit show that we call 4 Geeks by Geeks. So Cass probably like tosses his white hair and pulls the goggles to keep it out of his face. Yeah. Let's go win, bro.
We hear Gwen coming out of the fucking tavern screaming out for you.
Let's go. Let's go.
Needs the chest.
Yeah, be right back. Can't hear you. Retro Eugen, can he unsubscribe 52 months after that?
I think legally speaking, that's the least we can do.
Yeah. Day 2 of technically streaming because the first stream can't be sub 2. Oh, well, that's stupid. Why not? Wow, you're also a gem and a human.
See, what I'm trying to figure out is the Oracle to let us know what we are going to hunt.
There's got to be one also for like landscape. I'm curious what the deep wilds look like in comparison.
Well, so we've got probably location descriptor, I think would be Okay. So go ahead and give us that roll then.
92.
Settled. Try again because that doesn't work.
No. How about 29? I read them backwards.
Yeah, you did. 29 ancient.
Cool.
So I think what happens there is, since we were talking about Rajura's being a giant and us being descendants, I think the Deep Wilds is legit old world where you still have like plants being bigger than humans. Trees are, you can't see the tops of trees because they're so massively tall. So it's entirely, I think this chasm separates literally the old world and the common world. So we have everything massive and giant and terrifying on one side, which we're going to delve into, and then us squishy things that exist that somehow managed to win somewhere. Like where it's very much so we're talking gods versus titans level of disparity between the two.
Are there even like deeper into the woods, like remnants of maybe some like ancient temples that have
for sure
the wayside?
Yeah,
like nondescript language that's illegible, much like the markings all over your body.
That'd be an interesting thing to come across as we're adventuring.
Okay, so as we are searching for, apparently, can we find any beast?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. So the Oracle breakdown is action theme region, location, coastal water locations, location descriptor, settlement, character role, goal descriptors, names, combat action, mystical backlash, major plot twist, challenge rank. But then when it comes to foes and encounters, it's broken down between Ironlanders, Firstborns, animals, beasts, and horrors. So I think what we do there is, I think we just roll 1, 2. I think that's just a D6 roll followed by an additional to see what we might come across.
Well, should we see that if we can even hunt it, if we can find it by?
Well, that's the thing. So I think what happens here is we're not going to just find a thing to fight. I think we're going to have to fight our way up to a creature that we are deeming ourselves worthy enough to fill the requirements.
Cool. Okay. But before we cross the bridge, and first I just take off my black iron goggles, and I hold them in my hands, and I think I make a vow to Mom.
Okay.
Saying, I won't let you down this time.
Let's get real dark. Nope. Now you gotta tell us, how'd you kill Mom?
I didn't kill Mom, but I've always been the disappointment because I'm not big enough. I'm not strong enough. I look different, and I've always been like the weird black sheep of the outpost. And so I'm gonna make her proud by wearing her cardigan and
wearing her cardigan. I dig it.
So that's my Ironsworn vow. And you have to make an Ironsworn vow on a piece of black iron as well.
I feel like for Torin, I feel like he would probably have. I think the tower shield was our father's.
Nice.
But I think it was just a regular tower shield. I think Cass is what turned it into a spiked tower shield. I think that was probably one of Cass's first inventions.
So I got a cardigan and you got a fucking shield. Nice.
Correct.
Who's the favorite? Not me.
Young guys definitely was more worried about mom's love, and then as we got older, Torin pretended like he still cared for you to have that fight to win.
Yeah. So how formidable, or what's the level of this first inciting incident?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because for the things that we can come across, it kind of varies, and it is a pretty good wide range of things we can come across. So we've got, for Ironlanders, we've got Broken, Common Folk, Hunters, Mystics, Raiders, and Warriors. In the world of
Mike, before we get too far, that wasn't my question.
Sorry, go ahead.
Our inciting incident, this new Ironsworn vow, is it troublesome, dangerous, formidable, extreme, or epic?
So I think for this first, for like the actual quest itself, I think it's probably just formidable.
Just formidable?
Yeah.
It's still hard.
What's up,
DSB? Formidable still, we only get one box at a time.
Is that not just 3 boxes? Or
no,
do we have to do all 10 boxes 3 times?
You have to fill it. No, so a formidable means you get to mark a full box every time you progress once. Dangerous would mean you get to mark 2 boxes every time you progress. Troublesome is 3. Extreme, you get 2 tick marks in a box, but you have to do what? 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to do 4 ticks in the box to complete it.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't understand what all of this means, so I'm gonna let you make that decision.
It's really just how long does it take? How hard is it? Like our end goal, which is mine, is to bring black iron to the entire common land Ironlanders. Yours is to become leader of our outpost. That's epic. So that's going to be our hardest, and we're going to be moving towards it throughout the entire story. And we're only going to do 1 tick every time we progress, but we have to fill out all 10 boxes.
Then maybe just dangerous.
I like dangerous. That feels a little more possible. So we get 2 boxes. We get to fill 2 boxes every time we progress.
Okay.
Okay. And sorry, I interrupted you. Continue.
Yeah, so just going through like the possibilities of things that we can come across in the world of foes and encounters. Heroes, welcome in, friends.
What up?
So
still playing Ironsworn?
Yeah, we are. For the firstborn, there's elves, giants, primordials, trolls, and Veru. Animals are bear, boar, gaunt, marsh rats, and wolves. Beasts are basilic, elder beasts, harrow spiders, leviathans, mammoths, and wyverns. Horrors are bone walkers, chimeras, frostbound, haunts, hollow, iron, revenant, and sodden. I think the thing we're hunting definitely needs to be a beast or a horror.
Yeah, because we can't just come back with like a boar's head and say, hey, look, especially since the odds and the,
but I do think the other things we could possibly come across.
What if you're keeping in mind that we should maybe hunt a couple things to work up to it? What if, as we enter these woods, like immediately we're met with maybe almost like a stray animal that crossed this way from our side, but it's lived over here a little bit, so it's a little feral.
Yeah.
And just like pigs, do you know if you release a domesticated pig for a month, it becomes feral and grows hair and tusks?
I did know that.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. But we are in the deep route, so that's not saying a beast or a horror couldn't show itself. So I do think we still roll 1, 2. I think we just roll a d6.
Okay.
6 is a re-roll.
Okay.
And then that is going to dictate how this first part of our adventure sets off.
So, I learned it in a podcast, DSB, and I released a pig and I watched it. Yes, he's saying horror.
No, just horrors.
I was trying to give us a softball to start with, but you're like, but we could fight a Leviathan, so why not?
I'm just saying, if it happens, we're going to have to deal with the consequences of that thing coming down.
Right.
I'm not saying we fight it. I'm just saying we then start with a chase scene where we're the prey.
Uh-huh. Well, I get to I think you roll, because I rolled a 6.
Okay, so I followed up with a 2, so that's going to be a firstborn. So go ahead and give us another D6 roll so we can see what kind of firstborn it is.
6.
Do it again.
This dice is stuck on 6. 3.
All right, so that's a primordial. So primordial ranks are extreme. 2 ticks per harm. Inflicts 4 harm. Features personification of the natural world. Turbulent, changing visage. Vaguely human-like or animal-like form. Its drives are embodies chaos and clings to vestiges of power. Its tactics are control the elements or destroy with primal rage.
What if it's like... I'm picturing like an elk. Like we're traversing through the woods, and we hear a crack. And in the distance, in like the shadow almost, in the faint light that's poking through, we can see like the outline of an elk, and we're like, oh, it's just that. As we get a little closer and it steps into the light, it's like almost made of roots and bark, like a forest elemental shaped like an elk.
I like it.
With like glowing green eyes, and it looks angry all the time.
It looks angry all the time.
It's got mad eyes, you know? Its eyebrows are slanted.
So there's something we have to roll for this, right? This is a...
What, are we fighting this thing?
Yeah, what do you think we're doing out here?
I know, but I thought we'd start something like a softball, like a boar or a rabbit.
This is the softball.
What? Shit. I should have been training instead of
What have you
making
been
shit.
You're right.
I was making shit. You're welcome for the spikes on your shield. Okay. So
is this a face? So is this adventure moves?
If we are entering combat, I myself would try to kind of stealth around to get a better look at it, to try to gather information. I don't know if you're just going charging in.
I think Torin and Cass have worked together well enough to know how this would work out. Torin would start by making a scene.
Okay.
So I think Torin would probably take out the trident and start beating on the shield to try to make him focus on me.
So I think that's a secure an advantage. When you assess a situation, make preparations, or attempt to gain leverage.
I like that.
So you're securing an advantage, and if you are using any of your traits
with
like
aggressive
edge, art,
action,
iron,
forceful defense, endurance, or strength, roll iron. That's my strong suit.
Where are you seeing that?
So secure an advantage when you act or assess a situation, make preparations, or attempt to gain leverage. Envision your act and roll. If you act with speed, and it breaks down. So speed, agility, and precision, charm, loyalty, and so it basically gives you an option of with each of your stats and how you describe it. That would be what you associate with it. And obviously, since I'm beating on my shield, calling it a pussy, I think that's definitely the iron roll.
Okay.
But so how does this work? So my D6 plus my iron is my actual stat rolled, right?
Correct.
And then my 2D10 are the DC that's created.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. You just have to roll higher than your 2 challenge die. Not added together, just individual.
So I got a 4 and a 0 for my DC. So that's a 4 and a 10. So one of those I'm going to fail. Or maybe even both. Oof. So I rolled a 2 on mine. So 2 plus 3 is a 5. So I beat 1 and failed 1.
Okay, so that's a soft hit or a weak hit.
A weak hit. So your advantage is short-lived. Take 1 momentum.
Okay, so that's good. You get a...
Our momentum starts at 5. No, it doesn't start that high. What's our momentum start at?
2.
Starts at 2. So our momentum is plus 3 then.
Well, your momentum.
Oh, yeah. My momentum is plus 3.
Yeah. We're working together, but we still have individual stats. So while you're making that, all that noise, tell me how it's short-lived.
So I think what happens here is, well, hold on. So let's see. So you're just trying to set up your positioning, right?
Yeah.
I think we do your position. Let's see how your positioning goes first.
Okay. Is that also a secure an advantage then?
I think so. So let's look at that again. This is why I hate PDFs, because I have to constantly scroll back at the beginning to. So this would, I think, would be, so we can face danger, secure advantage, gather information, which I don't think would be a bad one. Heal, resupply, make it camp, undertake. Yeah, I think that would be securing an advantage as well.
Yeah, because if I get a good position, then I might try to gather some more information, maybe look for like a weak spot.
Yeah.
But first, I got to make sure I don't get like gored by his antlers. I'm using Shadow, by the way.
Yep.
Wait, what's my asset for that? Shadow Walk? When you cloak yourself with the Gossamer Veil of the Shadow Realm. Roll plus Shadow. Oh, fuck yeah. So I'm going to use my ritual asset Shadow Walk. And I'm going to put Mom's cloak over my head and cling to the shadows as I'm trying
ghost.
You can't see me. So my shadow is plus 3, plus I get a plus 1 for my shadow. And we'll see what happens. So my action was a 5 plus 4, essentially. So that's a 9.
Jesus.
And my challenge dice were at 7 and 8. So I got a strong hit. On a strong hit, take plus 1 momentum. Yes, I will. We can actually use this marker.
Oh, wait. Hold on. What does my shield bear do when you... Oh, that's my face danger. Okay. So nothing there yet. Thunderbringer not fitting. Okay. So, yeah. I think what happens is... So you said yours was a weak hit?
Mine was a strong hit.
Oh, so yours was a strong hit. So you take control, make another move now, not a progress move.
Okay. But wait, there's more. On a strong hit, take plus 1 momentum, then reroll any dice one time only when you make a move by ambushing, hiding, or sneaking. On a weak hit, as above, but the shadows try to lead you astray. So that sounds like anytime during this combat, I can re-roll one of my dice as long as it's involved in sneaking, hiding, or ambushing.
Makes sense.
But right now I get to take another.
Oh, it's to choose one. So take control, make another move, or prepare to act, take momentum. 2 momentum.
I'm definitely not just jumping into the fray. So I'm going to take 2 more momentum.
Or you could gather information. You could take control and gather information.
Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. And I'm going to kind of position myself. Maybe I am able to scale like a low branch.
I was going to say, you're for sure in a tree.
Mm-hmm. And as it's like getting ready to charge you, I'm looking around for any sort of weak spot in this like armored bark hide of an elk.
And so that would be gathering. Okay, so yeah, gather information. When you search an area, ask questions, conduct an investigation, or follow a track.
So what modifier could I use? Wit?
I think wit would be fitting here.
Okay, so I'm a +2 with wit. Ooh, nice. So I got a 7, including my +2, over a 4 and a 2. So that's a strong hit.
So on a strong hit, you discover something helpful and specific. The path you must follow or action you must take to make a progress is made clear. Envision what you learn, ask the Oracle if unsure, and take 2 momentum. So yeah, I think with that, I think you find like an exposed point.
Let's ask the Oracle to see what kind of... Like, I have an idea, but I'm curious to see what the Oracle might say.
Let's see. So Oracle-wise...
When I was watching when somebody played with this earlier, they would roll. I'm not sure which tracker they were or which chart they're looking at, but they just kind of combined 2 words. These were like descriptor. If there's like single... T's looking at the Oracle, I am not.
Action, maybe action?
Are there like descriptor ones where it's just like broken or sacred?
Well, so you've got action, you've got theme, region, and location. Those are not fitting. Settlement, character, role, goal, character descriptor, names. I think character descriptor would probably be the most fitting.
Okay.
Because those descriptions: weak, friendly, wise, stingy, timid, wild, bitter, cunning.
What page are you on?
183. It's Oracle 12, character descriptor.
Fuck. Okay. I'm just trying to see if I can be more clear about what I thought I'm looking for. Oracle, where are you? There she is. Action theme, region, location descriptors. I guess, yeah, you're right. And he was playing Starforged, which may have had some additional Oracle tables.
Yeah. Or they could also be playing with custom Oracle tables.
True, which we could create too. Like, it gives us a worksheet that we can create our own Oracle table. Well, that's good to know. I'm going to roll it for it anyway, just to see. Oh, I need a D100.
Wait, which one are you rolling for?
The character descriptor.
Okay.
81.
Cooperative.
None of this makes sense. I'm going with my first idea. I just thought it could be fun to leave it up to fate.
Yeah.
So as I get kind of a vantage point on this demon elk thing,
Primordial,
I can see like through the cracks in its like veins and roots of its makeup that there's this small green glowing orb that's kind of pulsing, and as it pulses, it seems to be spreading like a slight green glow to its extremities and up into its antlers, but it seems like it's the source of a lot of its power.
Okay.
So if we can hit that, we might have success.
How do we know how much life they have?
Because what is a primordial, by the way? Is it formidable, dangerous, epic?
Formidable, I believe.
Okay,
sorry,
so
extreme.
That's its life. Like, we have to do as much damage to make progress enough to kill it, I believe.
Okay.
So as we're attacking, we're making progress on that tracker, on its tracker specifically.
Okay, gotcha. And so does it have a turn economy, or does it hit us like if we fail at things?
It's kind of like whoever would be in control of that moment. Okay. So I would say, like, I'm up in a tree. You just made a big bang. It's ready to charge.
I would say it charges me for sure.
I would think so.
Okay. Troy, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Troy. So now you got to enter the fray. This duo is going to vanquish all evil. We can't even vanquish a primordial in a GM-less game. We're about to lose our own game.
Wait, which one am I doing? Enter the fray?
So yeah, enter the fray in Ironsworn is kind of the initiative role. You would do this every time that you enter combat.
So enter the fray. When you enter the combat, first set the rank of each of your foes. Then roll to determine who is in control. If you are facing off against your foe, moving into position, I'm facing off against my foe. So I got to roll plus heart.
Yeah, please don't get hit, because it's going to do
Which
3
is
harm.
Be plus 2.
For every time it hits you, you're going to take 3, and it's going to take 1.
All right, so I only beat one of them, so I can bolster my position or prepare to act and take initiative. I don't know what that means.
Basically, in momentum are things that we can basically trade in. Like, let's say you roll shitty. Like, you can pay 2 momentum, as long as you have any, to up your score. So by gaining momentum, it kind of readies you to do better on your next attack or on a future roll.
Okay. So would I just take initiative here then?
Yeah, like you would just attack right now rather than waiting to attack.
That's what I'm going to do then. And so what's the difference between strike and the difference between clash?
When strike is when you have initiative and attack in close quarters, then you roll.
Oh, which I have initiative, which we just established. But which is actually fitting because I have something for clash.
And clash is when your foe has initiative and you fight them in close quarters. It's kind of like they're in control, but you're still trying to fight back.
Yeah, so with... Yeah, so Shield Bearer, when you clash in close quarters, which this definitely is, take +1 momentum on a strong hit.
Okay.
But I can't use Thunderbringer here because those are strikes, so that we'll just keep that in mind for Shield Bearer then. Okay. So I am going to attempt to attack this guy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the towering shield to bash him to try to open him up for a hit with the trident. So I'm rolling plus iron, which is great for me. Ooh, hella good. That's a 2 and a 3 for the DC, and I got a 5.
Nice.
So on a strong hit, inflict your harm and then choose 1. And so the trident I know does 2 harm. The spike tower shield does 1 harm. So that's 3 harm. And then I can find an opening, which will inflict 1. So that's 4 harm.
That's good.
So that's 4 harm plus I gain a momentum because of my shield bearer.
Nice. Okay, this is going a little faster.
So
I
how
didn't
many
realize
boxes? So does that half its boxes then?
Well, it's supposed to take 1 harm, 1 progress per harm. So it gets 4 boxes ticked.
Okay, cool.
Nice job, bro. And again, a fully completed box is 4 ticks, and it kind of does a plus sign plus an X in at least the rules. I have to take back something I said about momentum. So as we're gaining momentum, these are like advantages that we can use.
Right.
But then if we want to burn momentum, it's a powerful option. Where to go? When you have a positive momentum, after you roll your move, you may cancel any challenge dice that are less than your current momentum value. This gives you an automatic hit.
Oh.
After you burn momentum, you may reset your momentum. So you can really only do it like once. And it goes
but
back
you
to
would need the momentum value to be high enough to offset. Okay, gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
So my momentum's at +4 right now, though.
That's good. It's not bad. It's not bad. Did it say that you get to take another action, or you still have initiative?
So on a strong hit, inflict your harm and choose 1. So I could either bolster my position, take a momentum, or you find an opening, inflict 1 harm. I did find the opening, inflict 1 harm.
Did you manage to stab it in the heart?
I would say probably not. I think bashing it probably just got far enough away for me to be able to stab him. So probably was just like the side that I stabbed into.
Sure. So I'm still I haven't seen that much action, and so I'm not like rushing. I'm still like kind of watching and seeing how it reacts. So I would say it has initiative.
Oh, for sure.
And so it just got stabbed. It's probably like reared up on its back hooves.
Yep.
Its fiery green eyes glowing in the deep shadows of the wood, and probably just comes down and tries to like slam you with its hoofs and its antlers at once.
I respect it. So what do I do there? That is... I lost all my space. Face a danger?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Like you're trying not to die.
Yeah, react to an imminent threat.
Sorry, they're separated on these sheets by combat moves, adventure moves. So I was like stuck on the combat moves, but...
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna kind of lower down, higher, like barricade myself under the shield and just try to take the brunt.
Okay.
So mine, that makes a 7. I succeeded 1, failed 1. So on a weak hit, you succeed but face a troublesome cost. You are delayed, lose advantage, or face a new danger. You are tired or hurt. You are inspired or afraid. You sacrifice horses. I like the idea of facing a new danger because that would put me in a position to just be hit again because like I'm towering beneath it and he's just beating me further and further into the shield.
Yeah. Like, does this like alert its mate?
Ooh. Or does it alert something else?
Like a squirrel. You're facing the danger. I'll let you decide. Or you ask the Oracle.
Well, I think we're going to have to come up with an Oracle, to be honest, because I'm not seeing combat and Oracles aren't really going hand in hand too much, in my opinion.
But if it's a new like foe, we could roll just like we did for this primordial.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. So I think that's what we do. And I think that's just because that wasn't on anything. That was just DMing coming in, like,
Oh.
oh, how do we determine what comes up here? So yeah,
This
I think
is a
that's
DM-less game.
But yeah, I think we're gonna roll for a danger.
Okay.
And that's gonna bring in what is under 4. Set 4, I think, was 1, 2. That set 4 is a beast.
Great.
And it's a basilisk.
Oh, what? A giant ass snake?
Basilisks dwell in the flooded lands, lurking in the murky waters of the swamps or within marshy thickets. There, they wait patiently for prey. They regularly feed on marsh rats or deer, but will eagerly make a meal out of a passing Irelander. This is another extreme.
What if, as this thing was coming down, it was like pounding near kind of maybe there's a nearby swamp, and it wasn't really attacking you, it was attacking the deer, the elk.
Okay.
And as it's like pounding into your shield, all of a sudden, from my 3-point advantage, what I thought was a giant log then like swirls its massive head, fangs out, and just launches towards the neck of this massive elemental elkamental, if you will.
So it inflicts 4 harm, so that would be enough to kill the primordial. Because I gave it 4 harm. The basilisk coming in and hitting it would also inflict 4 harm.
But doesn't it have 10? We have to fill it up to 10.
Oh, is it 10? 8 was in my head. Okay.
I mean,
that no. I know it's. You said it's alive still.
Great. Okay, I'm doing 4 more. I'm adding the basilisk on its own tracker. Is that with a K at the end or a C?
With a K. Basilisk.
And it's also extreme. Cass is sweating and shitting himself up in this tree.
So the basilisk tasks are lay in wait, mesmerizing gaze, sudden bite, and crush.
But right now they're engaged with each other, and my thought is, great, let's let them duke it out. You and I.
So while you're thinking that, unfortunately, Torin 100% runs and tries to stab the trident into the basilisk's neck.
And I'm just like cursing your name, but through giant uwu eyes.
All right, so that's going to be. Would that be securing an advantage, or is that no? That's just enter the fray.
Well, you've already entered the fray. Like you're already fighting.
So then we'll just make that a. So that strike class, turn the tide. Yeah, I think that's a strike.
Yeah, that's what it seems like
with strikes, I'm going to try to Thunderbring here. When you strike a foe or knock them back, or when you strike a foe to knock them back, stun them, or put them off balance, inflict 1 harm and take 2 momentum on a hit. On a strong hit, you can also create an opening and add 1 to your next move. All right, that's what I'm going for. Whew, that's not great. That's another weak. That's 1 success, 1 fail. So on a weak hit, inflict your harm and lose initiative.
Okay, so I mean, that tracks.
Oh,
I just couldn't sit there and let you keep stabbing.
So that is going to be 3 harm on the basilisk, though.
Did you inflicted 3?
Yes, because I got 2 off of my trident, and then with my Thunderbringer, I get to inflict 1 harm.
Nice. But
now I'm hanging on to the back of a basilisk. With a trident in its neck.
You know what? We are so wrong. So extreme, you get 2 ticks per harm.
Okay.
So the primordial got.
So the primordial is dead then, because I've inflicted 8 then.
No. 2 ticks, and there needs to be 4 ticks in every box.
Oh.
So we've only gotten 1 box or 2 boxes filled then.
Okay. Damn, this just got incredibly more dangerous.
Exactly. That's why I'm like,
I am much less confident about fighting this basilisk at the same time now.
And he got 3. So 2 ticks. 1, 2. 1,
Wait,
2.
so wouldn't that be 6 ticks total then?
So in the basilisk has a box and a half.
Okay.
The primordial got 8 damage, 8 harm, so that's 2 boxes.
Okay, gotcha. Anytime now, Cass.
And I pull down my black iron goggles, hoping they can give me any sort of advantage. They don't. They just got
guys, I can't see.
Where'd you go?
Why did I put sunglasses on at night?
And I pull out my crossbow, and I'm aiming for that extra advantage, which I don't get to add a reroll because I'm not. Wait, I got to hide, sneak, or what was the other one?
For
my when you make an ambush, hiding, or sneaking. Would this be ambushing?
This is for sure ambushing. They don't know you're there.
Sweet. So I get to make an additional roll or re-roll any dice and inflict 2 harm on a hit. Yeah, only one time when you make a move to inflict harm, re-roll any dice and inflict 2 harm on a hit. Okay. So I'm aiming for that primordial beast because I saw where his weak spot is.
So you're aiming for the beast that the basilisk is currently attempting to attack. Oh, you're from range shooting. That's okay. That still makes sense.
Yeah.
In my head, for some reason, you were jumping off the tree to go fight. I was like, that is a very dumb idea.
Because I don't know anything about this basilisk.
True.
And I know something, at least small bit earlier.
Fair.
I think I know. So I'm rolling. This would be a strike. But I never rolled to enter the fray, to be honest. Should I do that first? When you enter into combat, or should we have both entered the fray? And I should have rolled a minute ago.
Probably should have a minute ago, but
I'll just not roll it because it could give me a bigger advantage. So I'm going to bypass.
So I would say, just go ahead and strike.
Okay. All right, I'm striking with... I forget what these are. Wait, where's my little cheat sheet? Okay.
Edge, heart, iron, shadow, wits.
But what do they mean?
So just kind of depending on how you're attacking. You're attacking from the shadows. So I would say you can justify using your shadow roll here. Okay.
Just when we first built the characters, it said edge is like the category and these are the things within it. It was kind of like D&D, like multiple things were within, just kind of comprised into edge and heart and iron. I was trying to see if, but I'll take that because I'm a +3 shadow, so I'm definitely taking that. So that gives me a 6 versus, that was a 7 and a 10. Oh, cool. I'm going to re-roll that 10.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I can't even find what section you were referring to there, so.
I think it's just in character building. It's not on my cheat sheet, which is dumb. It should be on the cheat sheet. Okay, so I got a weak hit, but I get to inflict an extra harm if I hit, it says. So weak hit is inflict your harm and lose initiative. So it's going to take 2 ticks plus a third. So it needs 1 more tick to fill that box. But at this point, I take a shot and it like comes close to hitting its heart, but it's close enough for it to kind of feel a new sense of pain from its side, and it kind of shakes the basilisk loose for a moment and just checks where I'm at, and it trains my position. So I've lost the element of surprise.
Okay. I would say the primordial definitely goes back at the basilisk, right?
I mean, it's the closest and biggest and can inflict the most harm. It seems probably like the biggest threat.
Yeah. So the primordial, I would say, uses primal rage. And it inflicts 4 harm.
Does it? How do we roll against, like, basically NPCs?
So I think this goes into the realm of what I was talking about with how I envision combat for this next campaign, of just narratively explaining things like this and not adding player restrictions to NPCs when you're just establishing a fight scene.
Okay.
So I think what's happening here is this is just gonna happen to each other, and it's one thing for us to like manipulate that and just like stay back and watch something like that happen. But like, well, in the moment, don't worry too much about the nitty gritty. They just do damage to each other for simplicity's sake.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I like it.
I think in turn, though, I think the primordial, I don't think it does. I think it tries to like embed its antlers into the basilisk.
Nice.
And I feel like I have to roll something to see if I can hang on.
Are you clashing?
No, I'm hanging on to my trident, which is embedded into the basilisk. I think I need to like roll to hold on, like I'm at a rodeo.
Okay. So would that be rolling plus edge? It says when you exchange a volley at range or shoot at an advancing foe. That doesn't
I'm thinking that's just a face danger.
Okay.
And I think that's going to be unfortunate. Yeah, I do think that's edge, unfortunately.
Like agility to see how well you can.
Yeah, because edge is not my strong suit. Okay. Oh, God, this is going to get real bad. I rolled a 6, though, so that's a 7. So I actually beat both of them. So I succeed and I take a momentum.
Nice. Yeah, I found the stats. So edge is quickness, agility, and prowess in ranged combat. Heart is courage, willpower, empathy, and sociability and loyalty. Iron is physical strength, endurance, aggressiveness, and prowess. You probably could have used iron.
Possibly.
Shadow, sneakiness, deceptiveness, and cunning. Oh, and I should have used edge to shoot, not shadow, but. And wits is expertise, knowledge, and observation. So did you suffer any harm?
I don't think so, since it was a strong hit.
Nice. Did you gain an advantage then?
No, so I just gained momentum on the success.
Nice. I would think by this point, if the primordial didn't attack, the basilisk would also exchange a blow.
Yeah.
Does it have any cool moves like the
So the
primordial
basilisk has some cool stuff. And I think he's going to try to bind him and crush him.
Nice.
So the basilisk has... So it can either do a sudden bite or a crush. And I like the idea of the basilisk wrapping him and trying to crush him from within. Or like crush him. Yeah. I think that's what happens. And I think...
Does it take any harm?
Yeah, so that would be 4 harm that it inflicts.
Okay, we're almost halfway.
I'm going to be honest. I think Torin's next move is climbing up to the basilisk's head and stabbing it in the eye.
But first, while they've been attacking, I've been trying to really secure on that heart because I really want that heart.
I don't know if you'd be able to get the heart because I think if the basilisk is bound behind around this, I think you're getting like head and antler at best.
Well, I'm gonna go for a glowy eye then,
and let's hope you don't shoot me.
And I'm gonna invoke my combat talent of Archer. If you wield a bow, once per fight, when you strike or clash, you may take extra shots, but I'm going to suffer -1 supply.
No, that's fair.
When you do, reroll any dice on a hit, inflict 2 harm or 2 extra harm, and take 1 momentum.
Okay.
So I'm going to decrease my supply by 1. I'm at 4. And I'm going to do a strike. So I can re-roll one of these. Going for a strong hit. Fuck.
Oh, no. How much momentum you got right now?
2.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I could re-roll a 3, which is my action die, or the 9, which is the challenge.
The challenge.
But I can't beat either of them right now.
Well, you rolled 3+, so that's what, 5?
Oh, 3+. I guess it'd be edge. Yeah, it'd be 5.
So 5.
Okay, then I'll re-roll that 9.
Yeah, I think that's the best bet.
Oh, that was the best bet. It went from a weak hit to a strong one.
Hell yeah.
So it's gonna take the 1 harm from the strike and the 2 from the archer. 1, 2, 1, 2. And I gained a momentum.
Hell yeah.
Oh no, I was at 3, but now I'm at 4. And I retain initiative.
Oh shit.
So I'm starting to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna jump down from like holster my arrow, grab the branch, jump down, get a new position since the primordial saw me before. Behind like this large log with this like big gash at the side of it. So I'm going to duck inside it. And because so much of the basilisk is being shown wrapped around it, I'm going to go for the basilisk.
Fair.
Just 1 strike plus edge. Okay. That's a weak hit. 7 against a 1 and a 9. So I inflict the harm, but I lose initiative. Makes sense. So currently the primordial is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5 boxes. And the basilisk is at 3.
I think I'm going to clash with the basilisk.
Okay.
Because so when the clash is when your foe has initiative and you fight them in close quarters, roll plus iron, which I think this is very much so that situation. And I think my plan is I'm going to go to it. I just want to grab one of its eyeballs out of its sockets.
Yeah.
Fucking fantastic. That's an 8 that I rolled versus a 3 and a 5. So that's going to be a strong hit. So inflict your harm, which would just be 1 because I'm just using my hand. I didn't give myself a dagger or anything like an idiot.
Okay.
And then I'm going to find an opening and inflict an additional harm.
Oh, cool. Rip both his eyes out.
So I think maybe blinded or maybe like impaired vision in one eye. I don't think that's enough to remove an eye.
But there is there's a role for that. Suffer harm. Okay, here we go. When you face physical damage. Oh, here's where, like when something's attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of like face danger, we should roll endure harm.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not seeing anything where like you can maim them.
Oh, enduring harm. So I am right. They just do damage.
Yeah. But we have like 5 hit points. And they've got 100.
Oh, we do only have 5 hit points, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Oof. So maybe fighting 2 extremes wasn't smart.
Right. That's what I was saying.
I didn't add the second extreme. You did.
You did.
You
wanted
did.
another. You said you wanted
No.
another foe.
I was reading and you said, ooh, what if it brought its maiden?
I was just following your lead, bro. Okay, so yeah, it would just take the harm. There might be something where maybe it has a disadvantage or something, but I'm not finding it.
Oh, shit. You know what I haven't been using?
What?
Agaz.
Oh, yeah, you have a wyvern.
So let's do that now.
Use those assets.
So with him. Oh, so yeah, anytime I strike. So when you strike by commanding your wyvern to attack, roll plus heart. So I think I'm going to do that this time. So what's my heart? My heart's +2. All right, so I'm going to have the wyvern kind of screech in and also try to attack the basilisk face. That is a 5 for my roll and a 3 and a 2. So that's going to succeed. So the Agaz is going to inflict 3 harm.
Nice, Agaz. You are literally Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets right now.
I am taking a basilisk fang as a dagger. I'm telling you right now.
And your flying companion came and scratched his eyes out. You can't make this shit up. Okay, but I think it's been a minute.
I feel like the primordial probably has a chance to escape now with the fact the basilisk getting fucking clawed in its eyes. I think the basilisk loosens up its grip and the primordial gets out. But with that said, I know we're talking shit about this being too much to fight. I do feel like the primordial would consider fleeing, which I thought I saw something about leaving combat.
You can also just ask the oracle like yes or no questions, and it'll give you like almost certain, likely, 50-50, unlikely, or small chance.
Okay, sure. Let's do that.
So let's decide. Let's let the oracle decide if it flees or not. And it's a D100. What if I got Oh, I'm rolling 2 10s. Okay, hold on. Wait. I need this one and this one. No, this one and this one. That's not even what are you? That's a D20. Get out of here. Okay, 21. It's almost certain that it's going to run.
Okay.
That it flees.
I would say with that case, the primordial lets out a screech as it loosens itself from the basilisk and then takes off into the woods. And it got how much harm?
Almost over half its hit points.
I would say it's probably, and we could probably track it later if we wanted to.
Hell yeah. Is that worthy of... And I'm shouting at this as it's running away. I'm like, that would look good on a mantle, huh?
Not the time.
Do I take a shot or does the basilisk get a turn?
I think that one could go either way because the basilisk has its eyes clawed out. Primordial just ran. I think it probably would be distracted. I think you would probably be able to get an attack in here.
Okay. I'm going to...
I will say though, I'm on the basilisk. It's an attack. Would probably turn to attack you though.
I'm trying to hide myself again.
I was gonna say, keep that in mind if that's the route you want to go.
But when you cloak yourself in the Gossamer Veil, strong. So I couldn't attack. I could just hide. But you're in the fray. I don't know that I just want to hide. It's being attacked. You stabbed its eye. I'm feeling pretty good that with the Basilisk on the run, I'm feeling like...
No. Primordial is on the run. Basilisk is the...
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
But, like, you're bolstering my courage.
Fair.
So I'm going to take another shot at its, like... I'm going for its mouth as it's, like, trying to chomp at us. Get out of here. These two. Yes. Okay, that's close. Oh, I didn't add my edge. Okay, that's a weak hit. So I inflict the harm.
You're striking or clashing? You're striking because, okay. So you inflict your harm and lose initiative.
So it's not my turn anymore. So I take my shot. I like poke out. I stab it. I shoot at it, and it does manage to like catch it in those like extra webbing it's got, and it cuts right through and like tears it. But I didn't hit anything vital, and it just like snaps at Agos once more and looks in my direction, and it's like writhing its body like it's about to strike towards my direction.
Oh, for sure. I think it's going to I think it would take a bite attack, right?
Go for it. Oh, God, at me. But I'm hidden in a log. I have protection.
So again, tactics-wise, it can lay in wait, mesmerizing gaze, sudden bite, or crush.
Probably sudden bite, because I'm at a distance.
That's what I was thinking. Sudden bite, you just shot it. It's going to snap over to you.
Yeah.
But I think then you just take 4 harm, which is crazy.
No, that's where I'll roll endure harm.
No, so when you face physical injury or hardship, make the endure harm move. As part of the move, you reduce your health track by amount of harm suffered. There are 5 rings of harm. Extreme, 4 harm. An overwhelming attack by a monster obeys a grievous energy or debilitating effort.
Oh, shit. Well, I get to roll a D100 to find out how bad it is.
I feel like you probably also take some stress here, right?
Well, it depends how I roll. So first I roll a regular action challenge dice. With my, heart? Or, I guess iron is physical strength, like endurance. Which is a 1. Oh, God! Ooh! Oh, wait.
Those are the 3 options.
So, I rolled a 2.
Okay.
But on my challenge dice, they match. And
if it meets, it beats.
But matching, when they match, that's something else.
Oh, I thought I remember seeing meets, it beats.
Some matches. When you roll a match on your challenge dice, strong hit, the match represents a twist in the narrative, something interesting, or a new opportunity. Miss, the match represents a heightened negative outcome. But what if it's not a strong hit? Well, if it meets, it beats it, so that
That's what I thought I read, and that's usually the consensus for most TTRPGs.
You know what? I like these homebrew rules, house rules. So that's a strong hit. So on the endure harm, shake it off. If your health is greater than 0, suffer -1 momentum in exchange for 1 health, for +1 health.
So you take 3 instead?
Yeah. Oh, God. So I'm at 2 health.
Yep.
It probably like lunges forward, and I start to scurry inside the log, but my leg is just outside, and it clamps its like one massive fang, because I'm small, on my leg, and I feel it pierce through. But with the match, it's a new opportunity or something interesting. Let's ask the Oracle what happens.
A Leviathan comes.
Another foe approaches. I'm hoping for something good. Where's those tables? Do you see a table that would be fitting for this?
Skyrim entrance.
Right.
No, there is a plot twist sector. Yeah, hold on.
Ooh, perfect.
Yeah, major plot twist. You rolled it, so roll the die.
Okay. Whoo! 76.
Someone or something goes missing.
What
roll
if?
Again. No, go ahead. What's your idea?
What if, like, I'm climbing through this log and I feel that bite, and as I go to turn, I feel this what I thought was like just a tree that had been felled over, like, but the ground underneath it, the inside, starts to give way, and I start to fall into like almost like another cavern that was just purpose.
I like that, but I wouldn't know that.
No, that's why something's gone missing.
That's great. No, I like that.
So you saw me get bit, hear me scream, and then you hear me no longer.
Yeah, I think I try to take the trident and pin the basilisk to the earth itself. I want to drive it through its head and its mouth and try to pin it to the earth.
Can you add something extra? You couldn't quite defeat it, but if it's something really good, you could almost kill it.
Yo, I'm not saying I'm going to kill it, but that's my attempt here.
Okay. So is that like create an advantage then?
I'm thinking so.
You're an advantage?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
What's that? Is that it? Yep, secure an advantage. And so that's an aggressive action, so that's iron.
Okay.
Which is a 7 and a 4 and a 4. Fuck yes.
Nice. Oh. That's a match.
Oh, that is a match. That's 3 matches. That's 4, 4, 4. Wait, what happened with matches again?
You said if it meets it, beats it, and then it's a strong hit.
Yeah.
So then you succeed and you get a plot twist.
Oh, and I get the plot. Okay, cool. Okay, so, yep. So, one step at a time. So, security advantage. I'm going to take control, make another move, not a progress move, and you do add 1. So, do we think that does damage still? I think so.
Maybe that could be the plot twist, the big change in the narrative.
Yeah, let's see what that looks like first.
We are winning at Ironsworn right now.
Major plot twist. 13. A trap is sprung. I think it's quite literally that. I think I jam the trident through its mouth, and there's a trap underneath it. Then I think it's going to spring up a net that captures the basilisk and myself.
And yourself?
From the trees. I'm on top of the basilisk.
Oh, God. It's supposed to be a good thing.
I mean, we could make it like a massive bear trap that just snaps itself onto it.
Could.
I like that. I jam the trident through its mouth, and I hear the click just as you jaws just snap shut on top of the basilisk.
And blood like spatters in your face.
I think I jump back and maybe like use the spike of the shield as enough like to cling me off of in a way to bounce away from it.
Nice.
Cass, you can come out now. Cass, what the fuck are you doing?
I'm gonna roll wit just to see if I can hear you.
That's fair.
I'm gonna use this as a perception roll. By the way, Umbra,
what's up, buddy?
Hey, Farrells! Welcome to Ironsworn. We are killing at this game. It's a co-op or solo play TTRPG without a GM. It's awesome. Okay, that was plus wit is +2, meaning a 3 versus a 5 and a 5. That's another match. But this is a bad kind.
This is a bad kind? Oof.
Because it missed. The match represents a heightened negative outcome, a complication, or a new danger. So I think what happened is I didn't just fall into a cavern. It was like on a slope, like a rocky crag, that I fell and I tumbled, and now I'm like kind of further down a tunnel, and we are completely separated.
Well, that's not the perfect way to end a fucking session.
So with splitting the party, episode 1, as we love to do so much. Charles says the end of that court episode was wild.
I hate that fucking arc so goddamn much.
Did you ever answer him? He said why?
No, I got busy at work and didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, we are separated. And I am hanging on with 2 health out of 5. Did you take any harm during that battle?
No.
Healing.
Have you just tried getting good?
I will try that next time. Oh, okay. So healing is also a roll. So that might be how I start my.
Kelsey, hi friend.
What up, Kelsey? Of course, they all come at the end of the episode.
They're like, thank God these guys are fucking over with this shit.
They're like, if I just pop in at the end, then I can be like, oh, guys, gosh.
Oh, shucks, just missed you.
I guess next week. Hopefully, I don't know. I might get busy.
Don't worry, Kelsey. You can watch this nonsense back on YouTube.
Yes, because we're live here on Twitch and YouTube, and they will live there unless we hate it. Then we'll delete them.
There's no such thing as late. You're right on time.
Okay, first official session. What are your thoughts on Ironsworn?
There's definitely room for improvement because there's gaps that we're immediately coming across, but it has potential for what it is.
These gaps could also be playing into the fact that we have not read all of the rules.
Nor will I.
So we are learning this game as we're playing it, and maybe by next week we'll read some more rules and see how many we broke in this episode. Like,
that's
not
a future us problem.
Because we didn't roll for harm until the primordial had already left.
Well, we hadn't needed to roll for harm yet.
Didn't the primordial attack you? It was coming down.
Because so no, technically I did take a damage, or I did. Oh no, I would have also taken 4 then.
You would have taken 3.
No, because he's also extreme. Oh, but I had my shield, which did minus something. So yeah, no. So we're both in the same position then.
Then you would have been at 2 because extreme do
4
3 damage.
Nope, extreme does 4. But
really?
I have something with my shield that would have neglected 1.
Oh fuck! Okay,
yeah.
So we're both dying.
No,
and separated.
We're fine.
And in the deep wilds, full of ancient beasts, the firstborn evil elves, the broken, which we rolled in the world building.
Yep.
Like the demented humans that have become feral, and Lord knows what else is out here. But I guess you'll have to come back next week and see what else we uncover.
Me pulling a Harry Potter and taking a basilisk fang.
And having Fox scratch his eyes out.
Yep. If it works, it works.
But thank you guys for joining us. Come back next week. Check out T on Wednesday. Are you streaming T?
Yeah. I'm painting Gambit.
Yeah, that's timely.
Mostly because I hate this goddamn fucking thing.
Let me see how it turned out. Nice.
You can't see shit. I'm trying to figure out how to paint stone, and I don't fucking know how.
I like it.
The wood looks like clay, and it makes me angry.
You just need that magic null oil.
And I have so much of it that didn't change anything. There's no texture. It is an ent.
And then, just like Farrell's, tune in for the, once again, weekly drops of Cloudscape on the weekends, Saturdays or Sundays, depending on...
Make sure you live react while listening to it.
It's the only way. This is the way.
It's the only way we know you love us.
But who are we raiding?
Oh, shit. That's a good question.
Who's taking this? Hey, and if you want some Cloudscape merch, use command merch.
-1 charisma.
Oh, cool. I like them. That actually, I found them because I can't remember her name, but she was a creator. She did like funny little things, and then I found out she also was on a D&D stream.
Hell yeah. Gotta find and support the homies.
So thank you guys. Sorry for if you just tuned in late. Umbrin, Farrells, Kelsey, not late.
But we appreciate you greatly.
Really do. Check out Ironsworn. It's really fun so far. I'm enjoying it. And it's really kind of casual. It's like, this is not as high stakes.
Very yes and no. It's very high stakes. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, but like the time it took to get into this, like this wasn't months of investment. Like we just started last week and now we're playing session 1. So it's like a casual play of TTRPG if you just want your fix. And you can play it alone. You can play it solo. There's great guides out there. That's how we learned or didn't learn because we just didn't read the rest of the rules. But we're figuring it out as we go. But until next time, I'm Boser.
I'm T.
And you just keep geeking out.
Geeking out.